Wow, just like that, fish on. Just like that. Holy smokes. Just like that. I don't even have my lines in the water yet. Sweet. Little tiny rainbow here. Little planter trout. Yeah, baby, we're on the board. On the board already. Huh. Man, he wanted that mag lip. He wanted it. Fantastic.
FishHuntShoot.com offers a variety of tackle as well as rods and reels designed to get you on more and bigger fish. Check it out today at FishHuntShoot.com. Leadcore. It's simple, it's convenient, and it's absolutely deadly. You saw it in the beginning of this video. That was shot just last week out at Collins Lake. I hit the water before Wes. Wes was running a little late. He was trying to catch up with me on the water. He wanted to use his downrigger, but the first thing he did, he grabbed his hybrid Leadcore rig. He spooled out 3 colors of Leadcore with a mag lip, so he was down about 20 feet when you factor in the diving ability of the mag lip. And it wasn't 30 seconds and he had a fish on, fish in the net, a very nice rainbow. What a great way to start the day. I'm blown away. I get comments and emails and calls all the time, guys asking me, you know, do you really use Leadcore? Why don't you use a downrigger? Stuff like that. I own a downrigger. I have a downrigger in my kayak right now. It's up in the forward storage compartment and I use it sometimes. I have 2 power, electric Cannon downriggers on my Duckworth and I use them too. But I'll tell you what, if the fish are within range of my Leadcore, say down to about 30 feet, I am very confident that I can outfish a downrigger with my Leadcore rigs. And there's 2 reasons for that. First and foremost, I catch more shallow fish, say fish in that 15 to 30 foot range on Leadcore than I do with a downrigger, and I think it comes down to stealth. Leadcore is very thin. It moves through the water and creates virtually no disturbance. Can't say that about a downrigger. You got all that cable in the water, it's vibrating, you have the ball in the water, and regardless of what it looks like on the surface, I can tell you from trolling in my kayak, that ball is oscillating, it's moving around. Now, sometimes, certainly that can attract fish, but I think a lot of the time, it scares fish and it puts them off the bite. Not all of them, but I've caught too many big fish on Leadcore that I just don't think I would have caught on a downrigger. I've experimented with both, and once again, if the fish are within the depth range that I can hit with Leadcore, Leadcore gets the nod because I catch more fish on Leadcore. I think another factor in the effectiveness of Leadcore is the fact that it's so convenient. It's easy for me to reel in and check my bait, see if there's debris in it. It's easy to get a lure in the water. It's easy and fast for me to reel in and change lures or change colors, change the presentation and get it right back in the water. And this is especially true in the kayak. If I'm in a kayak, I need to pop the rod out of the downrigger. I need to crank it up, do what I'm gonna do, check the lure, put it back in the water, put it in the clip, put it back down there. And sometimes I'm reluctant to do that. So maybe I'm trolling around with a pine needle on my line for 30 minutes, because I just don't want to go through all that work when I'm trying to pedal, I'm trying to navigate, stuff like that. So I think the 2 factors at play that make Leadcore so effective, 1, stealth, and 2, convenience. More time with your gear in the water translates to more fish. We all know that. The more time you've got that lure in the strike zone, the more and bigger fish you're gonna catch. Now, there's a lot of different rods that you can use with Leadcore on the market, but there are very few rods that are designed for Leadcore fishing. And I've refined my hybrid Leadcore rig you know, down to the gnat's butt, so to speak. I've been fishing it for a long time, and I feel like I'm just getting it dialed in. And here's what I've been using. Now, Wes has been using a different reel, but I swear by these 5500 LCs, and I use, you know, in terms of backing, I either use 20 or 15-pound braided line. I don't really care about that. You know, use 15, you got to use more backing. 20 is good. Sometimes I don't have 20, so I'll go with 15. I don't go above 20, it's too thick, and I don't go below 15, it's too prone to break if I get hung up. So I put that backing on the reel, then I put on 3 colors of lead, and then I use 1 or 2 top shots. I have a shallow rod that I use to fish, you know, primarily from the surface to 10 feet deep, maybe 15 feet deep. That rod has a 60-foot, 17 to 20-pound fluorocarbon top shot to a trolling swivel, and off of that, I typically run a 48-inch, 10-pound test or 12-pound test fluorocarbon main leader. Now, my deep lead core rig, the rig I like to use for fishing anywhere from 10 to about 30 feet deep, it's identical to the rig I just described, except the top shot, the 17 to 20 pound test fluorocarbon, it only has about 18 feet of that, sometimes 20 feet of that, then the leader, then my offering. And that's the rod I reach for primarily for fishing 15, 20, 25 feet deep. The other one, well, I can just spool out the 60-foot top shot on top line. I can drop down 1 color and be 5 feet deep, but still well behind a kayak while I'm fishing shallow. And that's a system I run, and I won't get out my downrigger unless I have to fish below 30 feet deep. And then I pretty much need to use a downrigger or a diver. But until then, I'm going with the lead core. Now, in terms of rods, you know, our grandfathers, they used a giant reel and 10 colors of lead core and a super stiff rod. Well, you don't want a super stiff rod, but most of your, you know, standard trout and kokanee rods, they're just too whippy, they're too wimpy to use lead core, because when you got 3 colors of lead core out, you have upwards of an ounce of weight, even though it's spread out across the line. So check out the action on my lead core rod. It's got some play in the tip. It cushions the strikes, you get some play out of the trout, but it has a lot of backbone. It has a lot of power. It has power to handle the lead core line and a good sized lure, maybe a lure and dodger, but it also has the power to handle, you know, big hard fighting trout. And you've seen me catch them. You've seen me catch them at Davis and Elmanor and all over like that if you've been watching the channel any length of time. So to all the guys out there that ask questions about, do you really use lead core? Is it as effective as a downrigger? Short answer is, I think it's more effective than a downrigger. You can see the results right here on the channel. If I can get down to the fish using my hybrid lead core rig, I'm confident I can outfish a downrigger almost every time. Anyway, those are my thoughts. I'm signing off for now. I will catch you next time right here on the Fish Hunt Shoot Productions YouTube channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. And you can always hear me on here jabbering about trout fishing or whatever I'm talking about. And if you're looking for high quality trout gear, including my signature yellow lead core rods, go on over to the Fish Hunt Shoot Productions website and check out our store. I stand behind all the gear in there. It's quality stuff at a fair price, and you can see me catching fish on it almost every day right here on YouTube. I'll catch you next time, guys. I'm Kel Kellogg. I got some chores to do. You have a wonderful day, and thank you for all the support.